Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Shino, and it's episode 53 of our Let's Play series. And I am just doing a little bit of cleaning up out here. As you saw, just kind of cleaning up some of the chests that were out here, getting ready to start moving some stuff out of the way. Most of this project, as far as the building component of it, is done. I would like to show one thing that I've done. You know, we talked about having the translocator right underneath our base. And we had a little entrance way going down into it out in the open. And I said, I'm going to put an entrance, kind of hide a little entrance in here. And here it is. So not really well hidden, but just a little area that's heading down so we can get down to our translocator. And yeah, there is a opening, we're right over an opening. And then there's also an opening just right there into the cave. That would go long enough, so we got lots of guys visiting us, but here we are. So we'll do something better with this room here, but now we have a way of getting down here from within our museum. So that is done, and we'll go outside and kind of take a look at some other things I've been doing. Wanted to get some pathways put in, so I have done that. Done some pathways coming through this way. Of course, had to cover that over because this is where the entrance was down into our cave, so that's covered over. And then I wasn't really happy with the way it was kind of lining up, and I'm not really sure yet. I may have to change and contour this a little bit because it's just too much of an abrupt stop right here. So gonna have to do a little more work on this, but we do have a now walkway coming around. You'll see I put in some fences here as well. This is one of those things I talk about sometimes, you know, things looking put together, not thrown together. And so that's what I'm trying to do is make things look kind of completed. All right, so I got a bunch of dirt here. Let's go over to our garden. We'll get that put away. And I did some contouring here as well. You know, I've talked about this. I need to do a little bit of more contouring along this hill. So I've brought this out just a little bit farther for it. And also you'll see now the inside of this is completed. So as we come along through here, still need to do some work down that way, but this is looking better. Completed down along through here and completed in here as well. So like I said, we're getting close to the end of this series and things need to be kind of finished up. So next project I'm going to be working on is going to be this area right here, which is where our leather working area is at, and then I want to build a big hay barn right here as well. But I wanted to show something. Now I've talked about running compost, and I've got some more rot here. It's going to be turning into compost. It takes a little bit of time, and I've got 20 liters of rot here, and I've got 4 more bush meat. I killed another wolf, so I just threw the bush meat in there. But let me put that away. And let's see, that's medium fertility. So, you know, we talked about how hard it is to get terra preta, and I do have some here. I need to use it up. But you do have, and I don't know if I've ever showed this before, but when you make compost and you get the finished compost, you can combine that compost around one of the soils like this, and you can increase the grade of that soil. So you see now that this is high fertility. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of show what you can do here, is I'm going to take this low fertility and I'm going to put this around it. Oh no, that one doesn't work. I thought you could do the low fertility into medium fertility, but you can do the medium fertility into high fertility. And if you look, you can see the fertility when tilled is 50% and this one is 65%. So you can, if you're having trouble getting a hold of terra preta and you want to have a higher grade fertility soil, that's how you get your high fertility soil. Okay, so I wanted to show that. And I think, let me pull one of these up, and I want to do H on that. And No, yeah, we can't go any higher on it, so that's the highest you can go on it. But pretty nice stuff. I like it. Comes in handy. All right, let me see. I've got to get that low fertility one put away. Sorry, I had to pause for a moment. I'm still dealing with some of the effects from COVID. Get choked up quite a bit, and have a little bit of trouble still with my breathing, and then I do have still a spot on my abdomen that is kind of torn open, where I kind of ruptured a little bit. Oh, where did my lamppost is gone? That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some video and see if that was there before. I wonder if that was something from when I upgraded. Remember. Okay. So I did do some, like I said, I've been putting in some pathways. So I've got pathway coming over this way. And we come up here on the top. I just started putting in a pathway over here. And then that's when I started thinking about, well, I need to do some work on that. And then I need to kind of plan out what I'm going to do over here for my orchard before I really move any more paths away. So I'm going to kind of pause in this area for a moment. And what are we going to do this episode? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get something to eat. That's going to be important. Let's see. Num, 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 num. Okay. And I know what we need to do. First off, I'm going to kill this guy down here. I can hear him. There they are. Been noticing I've been getting a lot of these guys down here. And like I said, the new mechanic for doing combat is a little different. So I'm going to show you something. You guys will remember my old handy dandy axe friend, me talking about using an axe for doing damage, but you don't have kind of the the delay in attack. So if you find yourself that you're having a little bit of a combat situation using the swords, and you can see this has an attack power of 4.3, this one has an attack power of 3. If you look at attack range is 2 meters, this is 2.5 meters. But as you saw, attacking with that axe, I didn't have to wait quite as long for the recharge. There was no recharge on it, so I'm able to attack straight away. So just remember that if you find the new combat mechanic being a little tough for you, use that as kind of a way to do that. I just realized I don't have a knife. So let me see. Now I did get the rest of the iron ore that I had over here. Last episode I showed I had iron ore that was cooking in the bloomery over here. 6 of them, I got those done. Turn those all into the iron ingots. So those are done. You'll see I've got 34. And the reason being is last episode I talked about having the shield. So I just wanted to kind of demonstrate the shield. So I made one shield. So for using the shield in combat, you hold down the shift key for a block on it. And then if you have your sword out, then you can attack with your sword as well. So I got that done. And I'm not really using this. I just have it here because the vendor that is over there does buy the shields, and he gives 6 gears for them. So I made 2 and took one over there and sold it before he refreshed. So I'll have to go over and check him out. Okay, let me gather some stuff together. I need to get me a new knife. I don't think I've got any extras up here, but let me gather some stuff together and I'll be right back. Hey, everybody, we're back. Okay. I was just it had gotten cold, and so I came down here to warm myself up, and I was watching my temperature rise up, and it's at 37.8, which means I'm running a fever. That's actually 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. Somebody check my math on that, but I think it's 100. It's at least 100 degrees, so I'm running a fever. Uh, it is 12 degrees Celsius, negative 12 degrees Celsius outside. So pretty chilly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I can still hear some bad guys. And I noticed whenever I got my knife made, and when I came back, they had spawned back in here again, and the corpses were gone. And see, they're back again on this side. So I got to find out why they're spawning so frequently. I did notice that my rift activity is up to medium, so I wanted to run around real quick and see if the rifts were back in the areas where I'd seen them earlier. So we know we had one over here, and there's one up on top of that hill right there. And I don't see any other ones, so it might be all right. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of exploring. I am, of course, trying to fill up my treasure trove, so we need to do a little caving. Yep, I don't see them. They were right over in here. I don't see it. So let me grab a chest. But we're trying to fill up our treasure trove, and there's still a few items that I need to get. So I'm going to grab a chest for my back, and I don't think there's a whole lot of other stuff I'm going to take with me. But we're going to need to grab some food. So, oh, I chest in there. There's one. Let's grab that one. There we go. On my back. And we'll grab some food, and then we're going to take off and go look for some trees and some treasure rooms and that kind of stuff. So let's grab that, and we'll grab that one as well in our bowl. Okay. Let's see, we'll put that here, here, put that up there, and probably, yeah, it should be good. So the trees, oh, we're going to talk about those real quick. The trees, the new trees that grow, they are, they do represent like a certain range for temperature, just like the crops do. So if you find the trees in, let's say, a warm climate, and I were to bring it here, there's a good chance it would not grow like it would in the warm climate. So one of the things that you can do, I'm just going to check and see if he's refreshed yet. So one of the things you can do, of course, then is when you are looking for the trees. Oh, still 2 more days. Okay. Let's do this. There we go. So when you're looking for trees, instead of going north and south, try going east and west. I'm going to bring up my... Where is that at? Hang on 1 second. I got to find my mini map. There we go. So what we're going to do then, we're going to run and kind of look on a east-west, because the climate's going to stay pretty much the same like that. And I know I need to been down there, but I didn't see anything. And if we find any caves, we're going to go do a little bit of caving also. So just a little general exploration is what we're going to be doing right now. So we're going to be watching, and that, let's see, let's check this one out. Nope, that's just birch. I don't think there'll be any trees in this area, but I did notice when I was looking at my map that my, if we look at the map here, see, it's not filled in. I don't know if that means that we're going to have to re-explore this area since I've upgraded to 116. I'm not sure. But we're going to wander off this way because I know right over past this hill I have not been exploring yet. So we're going to run and look that way. See if we can find anything. Now I did in my test world, I did go exploring and looking for trees in 116. And weird thing happened. Almost as soon as I spotted the tree, the game crashed on me. So I'm not sure if that is part of one of the things that's going on. I've been hearing some people talking about some things happening with the trees, so I'm not sure if that's part of it or not, but we're going to keep our eyes open and see what we can find here. Okay, I'll be back if I find anything. There's something. I always like these. Anybody who is old school Minecrafter will remember the old alpha days, and even up until I think 1.16, used to have the little floating rocks out in the middle of nowhere. So it kind of takes me back. I'll be back. Now here's an interesting one. Found a trader in the middle of a lake. I really don't want to get wet. Go out there and check them out because I'm already frozen. So that's kind of a fun one. I'll have to figure out something to do on that one. But I did grab me some wood. I'm going to have to build me a little fire, and I'm thinking about making me just a little spot right here. Maybe a little hut area here just to kind of hunker in for the night and warm up, and then finish my exploring in the morning. Still haven't found anything yet, so I think I'll use this area right over here and get some rocks while I'm at it. Okay, I'll actually probably going to call this episode done here while I bury in myself for the night. But this has been Shino. This has been episode 53 of our Let's Play series. And like I said, just doing a little bit of exploring, see if I can find the new trees and see what all I can find. So far, I have been gathering up quite a bit of stuff, so I'm starting to fill up pretty good here. So I'll have to start making some adjustments on what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. So, all right, folks, hey, thanks for spending this time with me. Again, this is Shino, episode 53, and we'll see you next time. Take care.